Peace had spent more than 20 minutes standing under the scorching sun, waiting for the tricycle. It seemed like all the tricycles on the road had gone into hiding. She sighed and rubbed her palm on her head. Then she sighted one that was approaching with speed. Peace flagged the tricycle down, and it stopped. Thank God, she muttered under her breath. There were about 3 people already in it, meaning that the back was already filled up, remaining only the front. Fine girl, enter, the driver urged her. She hesitated before entering the front. She had only entered because the sun was much. She hated the front seat of the tricycle so much. She didn't know why Nigerians added to more seats at the front. She had always told her friends that it was because of greediness. According to her, those that manufactured it produced it only for persons, but here in Nigeria, it was used by 6 people instead of 4. The driver was driving smoothly until they reached the place where every part of the road was cracked. While trying to escape one big pothole, the tricycle bent on the right-hand side. That was the side where Peace was sitting. Peace watched as her legs were almost touching the ground, so she screamed, "Brothers, do you want to fall me down? Do you want to kill me?" The driver, along with other passengers, chuckled. "How can I kill a beautiful girl like you? Instead of killing you, I will kill 100 men from my kinsmen," the driver joked, and passengers laughed, including Peace. It seemed like our driver had fallen in love already, one woman at the back said, and chuckled. "Is that what you are saying with a low voice? I have fallen in love with? Who wouldn't fall in love with a beautiful girl like this? Look at the way she is glistening like a morning star. You are funny. Is that how your village people fall in love?" Another asked, "Which other way again? Do you want me to climb on top of a tree or story building, then fall down before you would know that I have fallen in love?" the driver said and turned to Peace. "Fine, girl, will you marry me?" Everyone inside the tricycle burst out into laughter. They laughed until their stomachs ached. Some asked him if he had met Peace before. Others asked him if he was looking for a wife. The man at the back asked him how he could believe that a beautiful girl like Peace would marry a poor tricycle driver. That was the time Peace joined into the discussion. Peace asked the man if tricycle drivers were less of a man, and the man told Peace that she knew what he was talking about. Another woman asked the man if he was saying that tricycle drivers and bike riders wouldn't get married to a woman. The man corrected them and said that that wasn't what he was talking about. What he was saying in essence was that a beautiful girl like Peace would never agree to marry a tricycle rider. Peace laughed out loud and told the man to stop generalizing things. She made it clear to the man that she was a graduate. She owns her own shop, but she would marry any man she loved. She told the man that marriage wasn't all about money but love and understanding. Most especially, he told the man that what a woman needed most was a man with a hustling spirit. "I have been hustling, but no one wants to be my wife," the tricycle driver said again and chuckled. "Don't mind them. Allow them to talk as if they are not in this country. All Nigerian women are gold diggers. They want already made men, men with bents. They are not ready to work. All they want is money. They don't care about love. They don't know what love is all about." Another woman at the back told the man that he was right to an extent, but he should stop generalizing it. She told the man that all Nigerian women were not the same, that he was speaking in that way because he hadn't met a good woman before. She told the man to pray for the kind of woman he wants and believe in God, that God can give a tricycle driver or bike rider a graduate as a wife. The man laughed out loud and hit his palm on his head. "My sister, forget all these things. These things only happen in Nollywood. We are talking about real life and not the stupid things that they made us believe in movies. Any tricycle driver who is waiting to marry a graduate will end up dying without a wife. No graduate will agree to marry you. They have not finished getting married to Malaysian men, Germany men, men that are loaded with cash. It is a poor tricycle driver that they are going to marry." The man let out a loud sigh. He was really into the argument as if a graduate had turned down his proposal and followed a rich man. Those women in the tricycle told the man that he was so pained. that they didn't know why he had carried it on his head like a gala seller. The man replied that he was not pained, but he was telling them the truth. He then told them the story about a man he knew. The man was a bike rider. He didn't go to school. Because of it, he promised to sponsor any woman he would marry to the university. When the man found a girl he wanted to marry, he trained the girl from her first year to her final year in the university. All these while, the girl never complained about his occupation. Her family never supported her education in anywhere. The man single-handedly did everything, all alone, thinking that he was building a future with human beings, with the hope that he was training the mother of his children and his wife, without knowing that he was dealing with the first daughter of Delilah. Immediately after the girl wrote her final year exams, men from outside the country started trooping into her father's house, like soldier ants, asking for her hand in marriage, like play. That daughter of Jezebel agreed to marry one of them that came back from Malaysia. The one who had trained her in school cried and pleaded, but the girl told him to name his price. That fool told the man that she was no longer in his class and level with him. Which class? Who put her in that class? Peace asked. Are you asking me for me to ask who? She had forgotten that without the man that wouldn't have been in that class. She didn't marry the man. She got married to the Malaysian guy, and before you know it, she followed him to Malaysia. What then happened to the bike rider? Did he collect any money from them? The driver asked. You are talking as if you are not a man. If you were in his position, would you have collected the money from them? Yes. Why not? Another woman answered. This is why you are called women. You people reasoned from your anus. At times you people speak like people that have pap inside their skull instead of brain. Which money are you going to collect from them? The school fees, the provision money, the transportation money, or your time wasted? Which one? You collect everything from them, the woman answered. The man sighed angrily. I don't even know why I am wasting my time arguing with women. Why did I even enter a tricycle full of women? People that don't reason like normal human beings, he hissed. Driver, stop. Let me get down. You people can continue arguing over nonsense. The driver stopped, and the man got down and left angrily. The moment the tricycle came to life again, the women inside inhaled and exhaled loudly. Peace was now at the back. Thank God that he has left. I don't know what would have happened if this man was also going to the market. One woman said, I would have got down and entered another tricycle. Are sure that this story didn't happen to him, and he said that it happened to someone else. Another woman said again, you are right. He might be the victim, the first woman said again. And they all laughed. After laughing, the driver told them that what the man said was nothing but the truth. He told them how all the women he had approached rejected him because he was a tricycle driver. He told them about one that poured him water one day and warned him never to come to her house. He also told them about another one that loved him so much, but her family said never. Her mother swore and said over her dead body would she allow her daughter get married to a poor man. After his narration, all the women agreed with him that what he said was the truth, but that didn't mean that all Nigerian women were the same. He nodded in agreement that all Nigerian women were not the same. At last they all came to the same conclusion. The moment they reached the market, Peace was the first to get down from the tricycle. She gave the man the 200 naira that he charged her. The man tried talking to her, but she didn't turn to answer him. She went inside the market, get all the things she needed for her shop. She was dealing in food stuff. She had her own shop on the street, though a very busy street. When Peace came out to enter the tricycle, it was the same guy who had brought her to the market that was loading. She was surprised. She didn't need another gospel, but she had nothing to do. It was his turn, and no other tricycle would load except his own was full. She was still thinking about what to do when the guy saw her. "Ahem, my wife, are you done already?" he said, and Peace cast him a deadly look. "Beautiful girl, this face didn't suit you. Smile, please. Bring your bag. Let me put it here." Peace was staring at him without uttering a word. The man swooped low and carried her 2 bags and put them inside the tricycle. Go and sit at the back now before you say that I want to kill you again, the guy chuckled. Peace reluctantly went to the back and sat down. Thank God the ride home was more smooth and peaceful, no argument of any kind. It was as if that wasn't the same tricycle she had entered when she was going to the market. When they reached her shop, the guy offered to take the bags inside the shop. At first, Peace said no, but the guy insisted. After all, there was no other passenger in the tricycle. Peace was the last person to get down. Can you give me your number? The guy asked after dropping the bag. My number? For what? Because you brought the bags inside for me. Peace cut in. No, I like you, and it wouldn't be a crime if you give me your number, the guy replied. If my number is your problem, this is my number. 091643 to 6789. Are you happy now? She said, and the man nodded. Peace was surprised to see the guy in her shop in the evening. She asked him if he wanted to buy something, but the guy said no. He told Peace that he had come to take her home. Peace laughed and called him a joker, but the guy wasn't joking. He was serious about everything he said. He waited for Peace until she closed her shop. Then Peace entered the tricycle and the guy took her home. When they reached her house, Peace's mother was outside the house discussing with her friend when they entered. The guy prostrated and greeted them. Good evening, Ma. My son. Evening. Both women replied. Peace. Who is this guy? Her mother asked. Mama, he was a nobody. Mama, don't mind her. I am her husband. The guy cut in. Which husband is marrying my daughter without bringing palm wine for my husband? Mama, don't mind him. Peace said. Mama, don't mind her. I have been begging her for me to bring the wine, but she refused. The guy interrupted again. Peace, why are you refusing? He is a handsome guy. Her mother chuckled. I know why she refused. Peace doesn't want a poor tricycle driver. She is a graduate, so she must marry a rich man that lives in Malaysia, the woman sitting with Peace's mother said and chuckled. But no one laughed with her. The guy bent his head downcast, so embarrassed. Peace's mother looked at him and laughed. Is this laughter not more than billions? I want a man that will make my daughter laugh like this every day. Not a rich man whose face would be tight every time, Peace's mother said, and they all laughed. But the woman wanted to talk, but Peace's mother cut in. There's no but there. I didn't marry a wealthy man, but I have never slept hungry. We trained all our children to the university level. What a woman needs is a good, hard-working man, and this young man here is hard-working. I heard you. I want my daughter to marry a rich man. I am tired of poverty, the woman grumbled under her breath. Mama, I should be going. Peace, I will come with my people to pay your bride price. The guy chuckled. My son, do fast and come. My throat is dry waiting for your wine. They all laughed and the guy left. The woman tried to ask Peace's mother if she knew what she was talking about, and Peace's mother nodded her head. The woman asked her about a very wealthy man that had come to ask for Peace's hand in marriage during Christmas. Peace said that she didn't like the man. Peace's mother replied, How could she not like such man, a very wealthy man like him? My sister, marriage is not all about money, and I won't force my daughter to get married to a man she doesn't like because of money. My sister, I will force her. I wish you had directed him to my house. My two daughters are ripe. He can equally marry both of them, the woman said with all seriousness. I hope you are joking. So because of money, you want a man to marry two of your daughters. I am not joking. Don't you know that money and blood works hand in hand? I need money? Peace's mother didn't reply again. Silence enveloped them for a few seconds before the woman sprang up. Let the day break. Let me go and check if my husband is back, the woman said. Let the day break, my sister. Greet the people of your household for me. Peace's mother replied. Peace was inside the room counting and balancing her sales book when her mother entered the room. Her mother asked her about the young man and why she refused him from bringing palm wine. Peace laughed and told her mother that that was the first day she met the man. She told her mother how she entered his tricycle while going to the market and how she also entered it while returning back. Her mother chuckled and told her that God had already ordained their union. Peace brushed her mother's words aside and concentrated on what she was doing. The next day, while Peace was about to leave for her shop, her mother told her that she had a dream where she saw the young man as her husband. Peace told her mother to stop, but before she finished talking, she saw the tricycle approaching their compound. My in-law is here," her mother said and chuckled. Peace felt like the ground should open and swallow her. She felt embarrassed. "My in-law, you are here?" Peace's mother said to the guy. "Mama, good morning," the guy greeted. "Morning, my son." "Peace, don't you know how to greet someone?" "Good morning," Peace grumbled under her breath. After that day, everything became history. The tricycle driver, whose name was known as Jude, began to visit Peace and her people often. He visited them and always shared in their meals. Everyone in the family loved him except passers-by and neighbors. Those that felt that Peace deserved a better man than him. Those that thought that they loved Peace more than her family. People continued to give unsolicited advice to the woman and her husband. Some said that the guy used something on them, that they were acting under the influence of something. Peace's mother assured them that the guy didn't use anything. She told them that Peace loved the guy and the guy loved Peace. Why would they stop their child's happiness simply because the man wasn't rich? Would she marry her daughter if she stopped them from getting married? People whispered and gossiped around, yet Jude continued to visit them. The highest gossipers were those that said that Peace and her family were feeding the guy, that the guy didn't have a home. Peace heard everything they said, but continued to love Jude more and more. Her happiness mattered, and Jude gave her all the happiness she wanted. There's never a time she sat around Jude that she wouldn't laugh her lungs out. Again, if all her family were with her, who else would be against her? One evening, after spending enough time with Peace in her house, Jude moved to Peace's father and told him that he would love to pay the bride price. The man gave him go-ahead, saying that once Peace was okay with it, that he was okay. And then the agreement was made. Jude told them that he would pay the bride price on the day of traditional marriage, and they agreed. But outsiders spit on the ground when they heard it. Some said that it had never happened before. Many people mocked them at the back, saying that they were fools by giving their only daughter to a poor man. A wretched man who couldn't do introduction and traditional marriage on a separate day. The day of the traditional marriage came too fast. Women were moving around cooking different kinds of delicacies. Some had come to see the poor tricycle driver that would marry Peace. When Peace showed her friends her outfits, some of them said that they knew that it was Peace who bought those clothes with her money because her husband didn't have money. Peace didn't reply to them. It had also surprised her and her family when Jude bought such expensive clothes for her. Her mother had wanted to question him, but her father stopped her. But her father was forced to talk when he saw all the foods that Jude brought. "Jude, I didn't ask you to go and borrow money because of this." "Why did you do that?" her father had said angrily to Jude. Jude chuckled. "Papa, I didn't borrow any money. If you did not borrow, where did you get all these from?" "Papa, I will explain it after the marriage," Jude assured her father. Those in the kitchen were dancing and cooking the food. Canopies had been arranged with numerous chairs. Many guests had arrived. They had all settled down waiting for Jude and his people, and to everyone's surprise, they began to see different luxurious cars approaching the compound. Peace peeped through the window and saw them. She didn't know that Jude had such rich friends. How could an ordinary tricycle driver have such wealthy friends? All her friends ran outside to watch the scene. Then the most luxurious one stopped, and Jude came out. He was looking so different. Not like an ordinary tricycle rider. Not like a poor man, but like a very wealthy man. People gasped. Their hands went over to their mouth. Some whispered. Jude went over to his in-laws and greeted them. Peace's parents were as surprised as others. Their eyes widened in shock. Who exactly was Jude? The man standing in front of them wasn't a tricycle drive. Peace's father swallowed hard and waited. He left everything after the ceremony. He must find out who exactly Jude was. It was after the marriage that Jude explained to them that he wasn't just a tricycle driver. He was a very rich man who had fallen into the hands of wicked women so many times. And that was why he decided to pretend as a tricycle driver to know if any girl would love him. He told them about many girls that rejected him simply because they thought that he was poor. Even some parents that warned him never to go closer to their daughters. But immediately he saw Peace, he knew that she was the one. That she was the actual Peace he had been looking for. Then Jude swooped down and thanked them for accepting him even when he had nothing. For feeding him even without him contributing anything. He thanked Peace's mother so much and reminded her the way she had accepted him the very first day they met. He made the woman understand that the marriage happened because of her, because she believed in him. They all embraced themselves and praised God for allowing their daughter to follow her heart. Jude promised to take care of them till they die. He helped and established Peace's to elder brothers. Those that were laughing at them before screamed when they heard the kind of wealth that Jude had. The woman who had castigated Jude on that first day began to praise him. They all said that Peace was a good girl and that was why she made the right choice. She wasn't looking for money, but she had found wealth. It was love at first sight that leads to an everlasting happy love. Peace and Jude lived a fulfilled life till death do them apart. Hello, champions. I hope you enjoyed our stories. Please hit the like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.